don't put your handyman on speed dial just yet. You can easily do this yourself. Just trust your inner DIYer. And check out this how-to video to get you started. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Emma and I help you learn DIY. Today I'll be teaching you how to get the perfect fit. I'll be using my Dremel because it gives me the precision I need for that custom look. Most of the time when you're fitting laminate, it's pretty straightforward, but then there comes the part with the radiator pipe. But before we get started, safety equipment. Here we have the wall, and to be able to cut the piece that you need behind the radiator pipe, you'll need to start by turning the laminate around the wrong way. This is a piece that I've already cut to be able to show you what you're going to be doing next. I cut this on the moto saw, but you can use a number of other attachments on the Dremel for this job. Butt your laminate up against the wall so you know where to mark the pipe on your laminate. You can do this with a pencil and a set square. You're going to want to mark at the very centre of the pipe. So you'll want to take your set square flat against the edge of the laminate and draw a line straight across. Now you can take the piece that you've already cut and your new piece of laminate and just clip it in the end. To get the location of where the pipe is going to fit in between these two pieces of laminate, you'll want to move it in front of the pipe and make sure that it is clipped in the location it will eventually be. This gives us an accurate marking. Now you'll want to draw two lines with the set square either side of the pipe. Now that that's marked, you can draw a circle, which is what you're going to cut out. Make it slightly larger than the pipe so that there's space for the laminate to expand. Now you're ready to cut your first piece. I'm going to be using my multi-vise to clamp it to the table. This is not only the safest way to work, but it will stop it from moving around, giving you the cleanest cuts. Using the multi-purpose cutting attachment allows you to rest the Dremel onto the laminate and get a really clean cut. It's also possible to adjust the height depending on the thickness of your material. I've added the 561 accessory, speed at number 10. Before I start this part, I'm going to put on my dust mask. And there we have the first half of the hole. To be able to cut the second part of this hole, you're going to want to clip the parts together. This will make cutting this part a lot easier. You can also use two pieces of laminate either side to keep it in position. Now everything's clipped in place, I'm going to again use the multi-vise to make sure that it's secure before doing the second half. Having everything clipped in place means that you can be very sure that your circle is going to be round and in the right place. So there we have it, with the right tool and just a little bit of know-how. This is a job that you can do yourself from home. Another DIY job that can seem challenging is cutting into tiles, but I'm going to show you that this is another job you can do with your Dremel. This is the same setup as before. I'm going to be using the same Dremel, the same attachment with a different bit. This is the 562. This is designed for cutting into tiles. We're going to cut a hole in this tile for this pipe, but before we can do that, we need to mark where it's going to be. Place your tile above the pipe in the position that it's going to be. You can then take your pencil and mark either side of the pipe. You'll want to leave a small amount of space in between the two tiles for the spacer. Next, you're going to want to put the tile down by the side of the pipe and again mark either side of it on the side of the tile. We're now going to use these lines to mark out where the hole is going to be. The best thing to use for this is a set square. Now that we have the location the pipe is going to be, we can round the edges, draw on the shape so we know where we're going to cut with the Dremel. To be able to cut this tile, I want to clamp it onto the table with the multi-vise. But just before I do that, it's time for me to put my mask back on. I'm now adjusting the guide to the correct height. To start this hole off, I'm going to start in the very centre. In case there's any chips, they won't be seen. You're going to want to start at a slight angle and then very slowly move the tool so that it's lying vertical, flat on the surface. I'm able to see what I'm doing on the tile by looking inside this viewing area on the attachment. And I'm also using speed 20 because that's a perfect speed to get through this tile. Now it's time to put it on the pipe and make sure that it's the perfect fit. There we have it, the perfect fit. If you're not able to put the tile over the pipe like this, you can still get your perfect fit by following the example that we used in the laminate video a little bit earlier. This is another DIY that can, at first, seem a little bit challenging, but as you can see, with the right tools and the right know-how, it's a DIY that you can do yourself from home.
Keep watching, teach me.